Here we are making videos that you might not be able to see anywhere. I am following the trend. Any new style that comes up, I'm doing the illustration. I'm trying it out. Every new style I see. So it's, and I'm focusing on people that want to go into the ready to wear business. Guys, dollar rate is very high. No one is importing anymore. People are looking inward. Position yourself for greater heights. But before we go into it, I want to tell us about pattern drafting, because a lot of people are telling me, Mama, how can I cut real size pattern? Okay, we have pattern papers. There's one that is longer than this one. It's pure white. It's longer than this one, but because it's expensive and people hardly go for it, that's why it looks like it's scarce, but it's on the island. But this particular one is an everyday pattern paper. It's in every shop. Okay, that particular one I'm talking to you, that white one, you can have the length even up to 60-70. Okay, but this one, the length is all, it comes in 32. Okay, so now what I used to do is, when I'm plotting on a but what I do, in case if you want to, if you are practicing what I am teaching you and you want to use your own life size measurement, okay, just use glue, join two together. Okay, get two of this, use your gum, to paper gum, to join it together, and you are going to get up to 62. Keep joining it. If you want longer that length than that one, just keep joining it. It's very simple. Okay, don't say because you don't have pattern paper, that's why you cannot plot your patterns. Okay, so see now this beautiful pinafore, they call it pinafore, abi, pinafore is very beautiful. And honestly, you know, somebody told me, Mama, you like making styles for plus size people. But that's because plus size, that's where the real money is. A lot of plus size people don't know how to package themselves, and you see them wearing things that makes them look even puffier. Okay, but when you have the idea or this eye to make all these pinging styles, they will love you so much. So for this particular tutorial, this tutorial is divided into two: the upper bodies and the down bodies. The upper bodies does not really have a problem. There's no that, no, it's just plain. Okay, just cut it out plain. Now the trouser is where we are going to be wasting time a little. Then the back of the upper bodies of the back, if you like, cut it the way you cut the front. If you like, let it just be your strap that will go around to the back. Okay, and at this, the beauty of this particular one I'm making is that the only thing you need is 100 naira zip for the trouser. Okay, and two buttons, just to fasten your two buttons for the front. You can either choose to put it at the back or you put it in the front. Okay, let's go right away to it now. So we are going to be putting our border line like I used to do all the time. Okay, and then I'm going to be inserting uh, my hip measurement. Okay, my hip is 40, divided by 4 is equals to 10. Okay, but this is a free trouser. Okay, so I'm going to be adding little inches to it. I'm going to add extra 1 inch to whatever measurement I am getting. That the reason being that it's a very free trouser. Okay, and now if you want to make it casual, as you go for this one that is low waist. Okay, but if you want to make it corporate, then you can go for these ones that are high waisted. Now today I'll be making the low waist, the one for the low waist. Okay, so now what I'm going to be putting here is my hip divided by 4. Okay, my hip divided by 4, I got 10 inches plus 1 inch, that is 11 inches, plus half inch sewing allowance, that is 11.5, and that's what I'm going to be marking here. This will aid us to impute our crotch depth. Okay, you make your customer to sit down on a chair. Okay, this is your customer sitting down on a chair like so. Okay, this is a chair like this. Okay, now this is a chair. Okay, this is a chair and your customer is sitting down like so. You are going to make the customer sit down. Then from the waistline of the customer, this is your customer's hand raised up, okay? From the waistline, you put your tape measurement and make that tape to touch this chair that the person is sitting on, okay? Let your customer sit on the chair, put the center back, go to the center back, okay? Not side oh, go to the center back, put the tape measurement on the customer's center back waist, as in the center back of the waist. Then you let the tape to touch the chair and you measure it. Whatever you got there is your crotch depth, okay? So for me now, my crotch depth is 11, but because this is a free trouser, I can as well go ahead to make it 12, okay? And then I measure my 12. This is my 12 inches, okay? This is my 12 inches, and then I construct my crotch line, okay? Now I will be marking out this. Remember, mark 12 like this, mark 12 like so that your line will be straight, okay? Now to get the hip, you can do waist, measure the waist to hip. But if you did not remember to measure the waist to hip, let me tell you what to do. If you did not remember to measure waist to hip, just know it that for mostly every hip is 3 inches above the crotch line, okay? 3 inches above the crotch line, that is your hip. And then I measure my 3 inches above the crotch line, okay? And I have it somewhere around here, and I have it again somewhere around here, okay? And then I connect with a straight line, okay? I connect with a straight line. This is my hip line and this is my crotch line, okay? Now we are going to have this curve, calculate this curve that is supposed to be here, okay? You can as well, since it's a free trouser, you can as well just use your free hand to curve it, but I prefer to do my calculation. And to get it is that 10 inch that you got when you did hip divided by 4, okay? You do your hip divided by 4 will give you 10 inches, right? You are going to divide that 10 inches again by 4. If you divide it by 4, you will get 2.5. Because this is a free trouser, add 0.5 inch to it, making 3. So you are going to be marking 3 inches here, okay? You are going to be marking 3 inches here. Now for the front trouser, for you to create that curve that used to be here for every trouser, for the front you will place 1.5 inches, but for the back you will make it 2 inches, okay? So I will mark my 1.5 inches like so. You measure it and you mark your 1.5 inches like so, and then you use your curve ruler to curve out the curve, okay? You can see what I just did, okay? Our trouser is forming. The next thing for you to do is to impute your hip curve, okay? You impute your hip curve, and my hip curve will be gotten only by dividing the waistline into 4 inches plus 1 inch. Remember I told you, because it's free, we are adding 1 inch to everything. So waist divided by 4, whatever I got, plus 1 inch, whatever I got, plus half inch sewing allowance. And for me, my own answer gave me here, okay? And then what I will do is to use my hip curve, and then I will connect nicely. But then remember that we are supposed to add that, okay? But because this, you can see the trouser, this particular trouser, the lowest one I'm making does not have it doesn't have that, okay? It's just free like that. So I will just advise you just connect like so to the hip. Why you are going to create your hip line is for you to know where this curve is going to end. This curve should not curve up to the crotch line, it should end at the hip line. So your hip curve will come this way to this side, okay? So now for us to be able to impute our thigh measurement, your thigh line is always 2 inches or 3 inches below the crotch line, and I want to go with 3 inches before below the crotch line. Okay, I want to go with 3 inches below the crotch line, and this is my 3 inches. Okay, so I mark it my thigh line. So for us to be able to impute our thigh measurement, we are going to get what we call the grid line. Grid line is the center line of every trouser, and for us to get that center line, we are going to be getting the midpoint from this point, okay, where the curve ended, to this point, and then we will measure it. For us to be able to get the midpoint, we will have to measure it. Okay, we have to measure it, and when I measured, I got 5.5. So this is my own midpoint. So you will now check from here to here how many inches. I will now measure my own. From here to here is 5.5 inches. Okay, I will still place that 5.5 inch here. Okay, and I will still place it here. Okay, what I'm doing now is to help me to be able to construct my grid line. Okay, to be able to construct my grid line. Okay, to be able to construct my grid line, and I will rule my line like so. Okay, I will rule my line like so. Okay, so now I will now be imputing my thigh measurement. Now my thigh is now thigh divided by 2. You don't divide by 4, divided by 2, whatever I got, plus 1 inch, whatever I got, plus half inch sewing allowance, and whatever I got, let's assume I got 11 inches. If you got 11 inches, now this is the importance of this grid line. If you got 11 inches, you are going to divide that 11 inches into 2, and you're having 5.5, right? That means I will be marking 5.5 by this side. Okay, and I will mark 5.5 by this side. Do you understand? So now you will now connect like so. Okay, you will now connect like so. You can see our trouser is forming. Now if you want to go extra mile, that is when you start getting your knee measurement. But I do not need knee measurement for this, because this trouser is kind of free. So all we need to do is just slim it down. Okay, before then, you have measured the length of the trouser. This is the total length of the trouser that I need. Okay, so now for you to measure this hemline, let's assume I want my round hem around this area to be 16 inches. That means half of it is going to be 8, right? Because of the grid line, I will place 4 inches by this side and place 4 inches by this side. Okay, now I will use my hip curve ruler to make sure I get a perfect curve. Okay, to make sure that I get a perfect curve like so. Okay, to make sure that I get a perfect curve. This is how ready to wear trousers are made. Now because it's a low, if you leave this trouser like this, okay, if you leave them, it will just look like a normal trouser, but we want it to be a low waist. You see the kind of fitting he gave to the lady, because it's a low waist. Okay, so now you will be coming down by the center back. This is the center back, this is the side, right? So by the center back, you will come down by either 1 inch, 2 inch, no matter how deep you want it. Come down by that measurement. Okay, and then you will construct your line like so. Okay, you will find out when you finish plotting this trouser, the back side, the center back will come down, exposing the hip a little. Okay, now this trouser is a free trouser, and we are done plotting it like this. This is for the front pattern. We will now go ahead to plot out for the back pattern. Okay, this is the front pattern. We'll go ahead to plot for the back pattern. Okay, this is my material for the back pattern. Please place it in a way that it has space. Okay, because there's a lot you are going to be doing on this particular trouser. Now you will extend this, pin it down. Okay, you will use either gum or whatever to pin it down so it won't be moving. So you will extend this line. Okay, and when you extend this line, you will extend it by 2 inches. Okay, you will extend this line by 2 inches, and then you are going to, this is my 2 inches, right? And you are going to come down this way by half inch. Okay, now you are going to, this curve that you came out here, this curve for the front line was 1.5, so you are going to add half inch to it, making it 2 inches, and that 2 inches you are going to connect nicely like so. Okay, you are going to trace it down nicely to this particular 2 inches in front. Okay, that is that for that. Now you are going to determine the center line from between here and here, and this center line is 2 inches for me. Now I will be going up by 1 inch. Now I'm going to connect nicely this particular 2 inches line. I will connect it to this place. Okay, so now I'm going to be extending this one, this back side, like so. Okay, I will extend it, make sure I extend it. Now I'm going to measure the distance between here and here. Okay, I will place my ruler like so, and I will measure it, and I got 7 inches. So I will put that 7, I got 7 inches from here to here, right? Yours will be bigger because you are plotting a normal size. Okay, now you will place that 7 inches here, okay, and mark it wherever it ended here. Okay, can you see? And then I will rule this line. I will rule this line like so. Okay, I will rule it like so. Okay, now I will connect it nicely to this part. Okay, now, and I will come down this way. Okay, I will come down this way. Keep, okay, you keep matching it down, and then you, okay, so our back pattern is ready. So this is our back pattern. This is our back pattern, this is our front pattern. We are cutting 2 pieces of this one, and we are cutting 2 pieces of this one. Okay, and this is ready for the trouser, and we set it aside. Okay, we set it aside. Now we are going to be plotting that center front. We put my border line. Okay, I will impute my border line. Okay, I will impute, I will, just not to confuse you, let me just do the normal thing we are supposed to do. If I were to be the one plotting this, I know what to do, but because I'm talking to beginners now, or if you are not a beginner, please be patient, because I know that there are some people on this channel that are beginners, so I want to start from the scratch. Now I will impute my shoulder line. Okay, I will impute my 3 inches by 3 inches neckline. I will impute my 3 inches neck depth, and then I will connect. Okay, I will connect. Now I will be imputing, I will mark out my armhole. Okay, and I will connect the line. Okay, I will extend this one so that I can mark my armhole curve. Okay, I will slant out my shoulder. Okay, I will now get the center. All right, I will now get the center. I will now come out by half inch. Okay, I will measure my bust divided by 4. Okay, this is what I have measured here. Bust divided by 4, I have included it. Okay, so this is my bust line. This is my bust line. Oh shit, this is my bust line. Okay, this is my waistline, which is where that top part ended. This is my waistline. Now remember that this pattern is on fold. Okay, now this is where we need, if you observe, okay, that upper bodies, the cutting ended almost at the bust pan area, and my bust pan is 4 inches. Let me just add half inch to it. That means this is my cutout. Okay, this is my cutout. Now if you want, you will not work with this neckline. End your own somewhere around the chest line, that is halfway of the armhole. Okay, So you see, this is halfway of the armhole. Okay, this is halfway of the armhole. So this is the front pattern, and halfway of the armhole here is, because my armhole is 9 inches, right? But I removed 1 inch, and this is 8 inches. So this halfway here is 8 inches, is 4 inches. Okay, that means this from here to here is 5 inches. That means the strap that you are going to be putting here, I don't want my strap to be bogus. If you want, don't calculate, but it's better for you to just calculate so that you have a rough idea of what you are doing. So from here to here is 5 inches. That means 5 inches, that means the strap, because I do not want my own back to have this cutting I'm going to that is in front. I don't want it to have it. I just want my back to have strap, because I'm going to be using button, okay, to attach the strap. I'm going to be using button to attach my own stripe. So from here to here is 5 inches. That means the whole of the strap at the back is going to be 16 inches, right? So I want to make it extra, I want to add extra 2 inches to that strap, which is to that rope, okay, that will be crossing. Okay, I want to make it extra, that is 16 plus 5 is 21. I'll be adding 3 inches. So my rope is going to be 25 inches. The rope from the back all the way to the front is going to be 25 inches. Remember that there will be a button here. So now let me cut out this one. Okay, so this particular one is what I'm going to be attaching to the center front, which is here. Okay, I'll be attaching it. Okay, now center front, which is 3. Then because I said 5 from the front plus a whole length of the back, which is 16, okay, plus extra 3 inches to be on the safer side, my stripe is going to be, my rope is going to be 24 inches. And so I will measure 24 inches. Okay, I will measure 24 inches. This is my 24 inches rope, which I will be passing like so. This is 5 inches for the front and 16 inches for the back. In fact, this is 8 inches for the front. Okay, this is 8 inches for the front and 16 inches for the back. This is how it's going to look like. Okay, okay, this is how it's going to look like. Okay, this is the trouser part of it. This is the front pattern, which is everything here is on fold. This trouser is going to be 2 pieces, and this is my strap. Okay, from the front to the back. Now this stripe, when you cut it out, you will make a buttonhole and apply 2 buttons. So when you want to remove your trouser, you can remove your trouser this way. You can just remove the stripe this way, and then you wear your trouser. But remember, it's this trouser, remember we added 1 inch. So that 1 inch you added, which is you added extra 4 inches, the waist of this trouser is wide. Okay, remember to attach a band on this trouser. You will attach a band first before any other thing, or attaching this one to it, and then before this one. Now let me see if I can cut it out. This is the front pattern of the trouser. Okay, this is the upper front. I decided to increase it so that it will blend. Now for the stripe, this is for the stripe. Okay, this is for the stripe, and this is the band of the trouser. Now we are going to be opening it up. Let's open it up and see. Okay, now we'll be placing our band. This is the band of the trouser, and this is that center front. Okay, okay, you can see. So this is the whole structure of the front. Now this place now, this is where you will apply your button. You will put your buttonhole in these two ones, these two stripe. You will put your buttonhole here and then attach your button to this side. Remember that you are going to be turning all this with lining. Even the band you will turn with lining. Okay, the band you are going to turn with lining. Now you will fix, when you fix it, the back has only the rope. The back does not have this. It has only the rope. So you are going to be attaching this rope. You are going to be attaching this rope now to the back band. Okay, you will attach this rope to the back band. Okay, and it will just curve nicely to the front like so. To just curve nicely to the front like so. It will just curve nicely to the front like so. Okay, I just wanted to explain more on trouser because people keep sending me pictures on my WhatsApp having to explain trouser. So I just want to make a simplified trouser. This is what I just did. If you follow this my instructions, by the time you are done, you will have a trouser that looks exactly like what I have shown you in the in my thumbnail. Okay, so now if you are interested in me sewing this complete trouser, put it in the comment section so that I'll be able to see it and I will know that okay, I'm making a trouser. I will use these particular pieces. I'm going to be cutting these pieces now. I will cut for both the front and back and I will use it to make a complete tutorial. This tutorial is for the pattern. Now later, if you say I should make for the cloth, then I will make for the cloth and I will still post it. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this tutorial. Subscribe so that when I post pictures, videos, you will get to see it. Sometimes people tell me I have not made a video, and if you currently on this particular channel, I have close to 74 or 75 videos, and most of those videos are what you people are requesting for. Okay, so do well to go through the video and check out if it's something that you want. I'll be attaching the playlist on the illustration box so that you can as well just go there and go and search for any videos that you want. Here we are making videos that you might not be able to see anywhere. I am following the trend. Any new style that comes up, I'm doing the illustration. I'm trying it out. Every new style I see. So it's possible that illustrations that you get here, you might not really get it in other channels, and I'm focusing on people that want to go into the ready to wear business. Guys, dollar rate is very high. No one is importing anymore. People are looking inward. Position yourself for greater heights. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.